Snoop Dogg recently gave an interview on a podcast called It's Giving. And there is one particular moment that has gone circulating around X. He's talking about how Disney is inserting themes of LGBT relationships in movies for kids. And this is a conversation that has been going on long before Snoop Dogg participated for at least 5 years. It's kind of funny that he's just jumping on it now in 2025, actually. This is a very 2022 conversation to have. And he was specifically talking about the movie Lightyear from Pixar, which was not about Buzz Lightyear the toy, but about Buzz Lightyear the guy that the toy is based on. Everyone knows that it was a flop.
It's actually a 2018 conversation that could have been had in 2022, but is now somehow still being had in 2025.
Yes, we've dragged it on further. The Lightyear movie flopped for multiple reasons. A lot of right-wing, anti-woke voices blamed the failure of the movie on a briefly shown lesbian kiss in the movie. And the reality is the movie would have flopped had it included that scene or not, because of the trajectory that Disney and Pixar has been on for quite a while now, and the fact that the entire premise for the movie is so far-fetched. It's based on the guy that the toy from Toy Story is like based on. I don't even know why they thought that was a good move, and the fact that they excluded Tim Allen from voice acting in the project because of his political leanings as well. There were many reasons why why Lightyear flopped, but this was one of them. And he addressed this, saying they're putting it in everything for our kids, and he's scared to go to the movies now because they're inserting these themes into all of the movies that are geared toward a family-friendly audience.
I love the idea that he just hasn't been to a movie theater in like 10 years. And
yeah, I just don't understand like the concept of Snoop Dogg going to a movie theater. Like, bro definitely has a home theater.
Yep.
But here's what he said.
What you see, it's what you see. They putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, with Kiki Palmer's in that movie. So we watching it, and she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
To his point, they do include these scenes so that these conversations will happen. That is exactly the reason why things like that are inherently confusing for kids are included in their movies. They want to spark those conversations with parents, and they want those parents to say, well, you see, little Johnny, when two women love each other very much,
it just happens.
They can go to an adoption agency or a surrogacy IVF clinic, and they can procure a sperm donation. But Daddy, what's sperm?
What's IVF?
What's IVF? What's a surrogate? Okay, this is the conversation that they're trying to start in American households with themes like this that they include in their movies. And they have, since 2022, definitely taken, like, they've steered away from that. They did learn that it was not worth the controversy. And there has
LEO has changed this year.
A vibe shift. Okay, there's been a vibe shift. I'll admit it. But Snoop Dogg is just now catching up to that and speaking on it. And it's funny because I went to watch this moment in the full episode of this podcast. They cut it out. They just deleted the entire conversation from the full episode.
Did they?
Yeah, they cut through it. It's not there anymore. I went to the timestamp. It's gone. So they wanted to stay far away from any accusations. And I'm also confused about this podcast because how do you get Snoop Dogg on your show when you have 25,000 subscribers on YouTube? Snoop Dogg, come on our channel.
Yeah.
We have way more subscribers than that. What's going on? There's something fishy going on here. Who are these people? But yeah, they removed it.
I mean, they even seemed uncomfortable, like when he was giving his answer.
Well, then don't interview Snoop Dogg because he's an old man who comes from a different time in our culture.
He also wasn't saying anything hateful. All he said is like they had questions, I didn't have answers to it, and I don't really want to deal with that.
Right, yeah. It's just a very common sense approach to the issue, but they still didn't want to catch any heat for it, for platforming it. And this was something that came up when we were preparing for the show today. We were wondering if Snoop Dogg ever did change his tune on Trump. In one of his music videos, he was seen shooting a mascot of Trump in the head back in, I think, 2016, 17?
Maybe it was earlier than that, yeah.
It was a while back that happened.
But then he performed at the Trump inauguration crypto ball or whatever it was, Trump wasn't there. It was just something celebrating the inauguration of Donald Trump.
Even back in 2020, he was talking smack about Trump, saying, like, I don't want to see that punk in office. And he was advocating for people to vote for Biden. Snoop Dogg has not confirmed whether he voted for Donald Trump. He expressed strong criticism of Trump in the past, and his stance appeared to shift in later years. In 2024, he stated that he had, quote, nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump. And he then performed at the inauguration cryptocurrency event in January, which sparked backlash, but clarified that he did not endorse Trump politically. He emphasized that he doesn't align with any political party, saying, I don't represent the Republican Party. I don't represent the Democratic Party. I represent the MFing Gangster Party. So he's kind of doing a callback to a different time.
No,
when
so
you could just be apolitical.
That kind of fills me with hope that we're reaching a time where the normies the bloom is off the rose and the normies don't care about this anymore. It was interesting for a couple of years after Trump got into office to dip your toe into politics. But maybe now we can enter a world where they're like, you know what? It's kind of lame.
Okay, but Snoop Dogg, having been so outspoken against Trump, even to the point of a mock assassination in his own music video, is part of the reason why we got to this place, you know? And I would appreciate some sort of acknowledgement.
Apology from him?
I'm not saying that he has to apologize. Like, he's obviously not going to. I'm just saying you can't be mad that the culture has gotten to this place and you're expected to have these conversations with your grandkids when, you know, you were part of that push toward basically the like neoliberal tyranny.
It's funny too because I think he's been married for like 25 years. Like he's actually like got like a really strong home life and he's been married for a long time. He's probably a better example of being a dad than most, or maybe just being a grandpa.
Says he's been married since 1997 to Shantae Broadus, his high school sweetheart. They met as teenagers in high school, and they attended school dances and prom together.
I suppose making an album about this would kind of ruin the street cred, but I love it.
He emphasized in an interview in 2023 that, quote, we were both young and willing to sacrifice for each other. And he said their love was true love at first sight.
See?
That's cute.
That's a beautiful thing. Also, I don't want to think of Snoop Dogg as a person that votes. I don't want to think of rappers as people that vote. Am I wrong? Like, I don't want to think of entertainers as people who go to the ballot box. Now, actors ruin it for themselves by like getting involved in this stuff, and it kind of destroys the mystique. It was like Denzel Washington telling Michael B. Jordan, don't spend all your time on the internet. If people get to see you 7 days a week online, they're never going to show up to your movies at the box office because they can see you anytime they want. I want to think of these performers as something other than just normal people. I understand that's the name of the game now because you have to make them accessible through social media because it gives people that faux sense of connection to you. But, you know, Murder Was the Case is a great song. And frankly, I don't take advice on voting from somebody who has a song called Murder Was the Case. I love the song. I loved as an album. I think that Doggy Style, I think that's one of the better rap albums that's ever been made. Some of the greatest artwork for a rap album too, if you remember what I'm saying. If you know, you know. Point being, nowhere in that album did I ever look for advice on who to vote for. And I never will.
Yeah, that unfortunately would. I wish that they would learn from the results of the 2024 election, actually, that celebrity endorsements for political candidates don't make that much of a material difference in the outcome. Because so many celebrities spoke out in favor of Kamala Harris, and it made zero difference. It wasn't even a drop in the bucket. All of the fans of Taylor Swift, for instance, that saw her Instagram post about voting for Kamala were already voting for Kamala or not voting in the first place. So she didn't actually make a drop in the bucket.
Somebody asked, like, Hulk Hogan endorsed Trump. Did you complain then? It was cringe then, too.
I think the right can posture all they want about not needing or not wanting the approval of celebrities and entertainers.
But they do.
But they do. And every time that an entertainer, including if Snoop Dogg did, endorse Trump, they jump on it. They love it. And Trump, especially having come from that sphere, having come from entertainment, having been a celebrity, wants that approval more than anyone.
And we talk about it all the time. Like, anytime an actor or a musician says something halfway not to stupid, everyone's like, oh, I always liked the cut of his jib. I like that. I always liked him.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not buying
it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of actors that say stupid stuff all the time, and it's cringy, but doesn't mean that their work isn't good. And you shouldn't pine for their approval because people are more than just their political opinions. When I say this about rappers, I'm saying it half in jest. I'm saying that they portray an image. They have a certain aura about them that lends itself, especially Snoop Dogg and the dudes in the 90s. It was all inherently related to criminality. So it's hilarious to think of them as voting individuals.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Snoop Dogg has been sanitizing his image for quite a while now with his, faux friendship with Martha Stewart and everything.
The same guy points out, remember when Boyz II Men met with Speaker Mike Johnson? I think I posted about that. I'm like, what?
I never saw anything about that.
Does Mike Johnson just really love the song One Sweet Day with them and Mariah Carey or something? Like, what is this
We need to go
shit?
Look at his Spotify leaks.
Yes!
I think he might have actually been on
He might
Spotify
have been one
leaks.
of the, like,
Boyz II Men wasn't on his.
It better have been.
That wasn't on his playlist.
It better have been. We've said it all the time. Don't pine for the approval of celebrities. Of the celebrities, it doesn't matter.
No, didn't make a difference in November. Nope. I don't think it's going to make a difference going forward.
It's never going to move the needle as much as going on. Like for Kamala Harris, going on podcasts would have moved the needle for her way more than all of the celebrity endorsements in the world.
But she refused to do it. She didn't want to get grilled by Joe Rogan
or the Nelk Boys.
No.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.